Hello, my name is Reagan Eggers, and this is my, this will be a 60-minute vinyasa flow class as a part of my Karma Yoga teacher training series with my vinyasa practice. So 60 minutes of yoga, just working through a series of postures, breath work, and just some nice energetic intentionality. So we'll start today on our mats in a seated position. Actually, we'll start in a lying position with your feet just as wide as your mat, your knees together to touch. You can place one hand on your heart, one hand on your belly. And throughout class today, I'll take you through a series of postures, definitely creating some space for adjustment and self-care as we move through that. So if there's anything that I suggest today that doesn't work for you, please feel free to modify, skip it altogether. Definitely just take care of yourselves. So throughout class, I will make suggestions, but you will make decisions about how you want to move. Finally, we'll finish class in a Shavasana, so just a lying position. You can also stay seated if that feels good, just to rest and kind of integrate some of the class. So that's what you can expect in the next hour or so as we have together. All right, so we will go ahead and get started. Like I said, we're gonna come to a lying position on your mat. You're gonna keep your knees bent, feet about as wide as your mat. Knock your knees together to touch and go ahead and lay down. You can bring one hand to your belly, one hand to your heart, and just breathe. Settle into your space, settle into your body. You've done the hardest part so far, just showing up. A lot of times when I arrive at my mat, my mind is going a million miles an hour. It takes a lot to get here, a lot of setting up, a lot of, making sure all the ducks are in a row so that you can carve out time for yourself. So in this moment, see if you can drop out of that headspace and become present in your heart. Letting go of all the things that it took to get you here and all the things that you have left to do in your day. We'll start to deepen our breath. Inhale and exhale. Beautiful. Inhale and exhale. Inhale for a count of 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale for 4, 3, 2, 1. You should feel your belly expand as you inhale. Then your ribs, and then all the way to the crown of your head. Exhale for 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice. Inhale again. This time at the top of your breath, we'll seal our lips. And as you exhale, see if you can drag your breath across the back of your throat, allowing yourself to hear your breath. Nice. This is called Ujjayi Pranayama, victorious breathing. It's an anchor point for your movement. So we'll move today one breath to one movement throughout class. So create a breath that's audible, create a breath that is grounding, that takes you out of your head and into your heart, into your body. The space that we don't necessarily visit all day. It's a great time during yoga class to just be with yourself, to be present. Nice. Your next inhale, we'll start to peel our knees apart and extend that left leg long onto your mat. Hug your right knee into your chest. Give yourself a big squeeze or creating some compression here. And what we want to do is start to roll our thigh bone, your femur bone, around in a big circle, just creating some mobility in your hip socket. Excuse me. And wherever you are, we're going to reverse the direction of that circle, just circling in the opposite direction again. Just in your mind's eye, see if you can visualize that hip socket moving around, kind of lubricating that joint as we move our thigh bone around in a circle. Nice. So from here, we're gonna rebend our left knee, place the sole of your foot onto the mat. We're gonna take our right knee out to the side, place your right ankle on top of your left thigh, so you're creating a figure 4 shape. You're gonna interlace your hands behind your thigh bone and hug your left thigh into your chest. If this feels like a whole lot on your body, on your as a stretch for you, you can always put your left foot back down on the mat and just focus on pressing your right knee out to the side. I'm going to interlace behind my thigh and breathe into the stretch on my glute, on my hip. On your next inhale, we're going to extend that left leg up towards the ceiling. It's okay if you can't do this, or if that feels like a lot, just keep your leg bent. What we're going to try to do here is rock and roll our way up to a seated position. So using the back of your leg as leverage, we'll just rock a few times up and down the length of your spine until you're at a seated position. Nice. From here, we're going to take the sole of the right foot, place it on the inside of the left thigh. Extend those arms up towards the ceiling, focusing here on having a straight back. Oftentimes we kind of round forward, so we want to lift your heart, lift your arms. As you exhale, we're going to fold closer towards our extended shin. So again, a lot of times we see rounding here. What we want to do is lengthen and lead with our heart towards our shin. So a lot of times we want to get out of our head here. I didn't ask you to reach your toes. There's a lot of ego involved in our head space. So what I want you to do here is focus on a straight back. If you can reach your toes without rounding your spine, by all means, go for it. Inhale, come back to a seated position. Nice, you guys. We're gonna place the sole of the right foot onto the mat, hug your knee into your chest, and slowly, steadily, we're gonna start to roll back, again, kind of creating a straight spine here. Your left ankle will lift off the mat. It's okay if you lump back a little quickly, but we're gonna try to go as slow as we possibly can, using our core muscles here to lower us down to a lying position. Keep that left ankle off the mat. You can point your toes here. We're just gonna lift our shoulder blades off the mat, reach your arms forward to the front of your space. Hold and breathe. See if you can press your belly button down a little closer to your mat. The low back is on your mat. Shoulder blades peel off. Again, you're lifting with your heart instead of crunching forward with your chin. Take one more big inhale. As you exhale, we're gonna switch, extend the right leg, hug the left knee in. Inhale, switch. Inhale. As you exhale, you switch. Nice. Inhale, switch. Slow and steady. Uniting our core muscles here. Breathing as we move. Let's do 2 more. We'll hug that left knee in. Last time here, we're gonna hug the right knee in. Give yourself a big squeeze. And as you exhale, we'll lower our right leg, or the sole of our right foot onto the mat. You're gonna bring the sole of your left foot up to meet it. Place both hands on your belly and breathe in. Notice any heat or fire we created already in class. Then we're going to extend our left foot up towards the ceiling, like your foot is stepping onto the roof. Bend your knee, place your left ankle on top of your right thigh for figure 4. Like I said, option to stay here if this feels like a good juicy stretch for you. Otherwise, we're going to interlace our hands behind our right thigh. Flex your right toes up towards the ceiling. Your right shin is parallel to the earth. Press your left knee out to the side as you hug your thigh into your chest. So figure 4 on the other side. Nice. We'll start to extend that right foot up towards the ceiling. Take a big breath in here. Squeeze your leg into your belly. If it feels good, you can close your eyes, soften your gaze. Just notice the stretch. We're going to rock and roll up to a seated position just like we did on the other side. Use your strong core muscles to start a gentle rock back and forth. Ooh, I'm wobbly. And as you exhale, we'll come all the way up to a seated position. This time we're going to place the sole of the left foot on the inside of the right thigh. Inhale, both arms up and overhead. As you exhale, we'll fold forward, straight spine as you go. Heart comes a little closer to the shins. Option here to walk your hands a little closer, maybe have a deeper stretch on this side. Wherever you are, breathe. As you inhale, we'll come all the way back to a seated position. We're going to pull the knee up towards the ceiling, place the sole of the left foot on your mat. From here, we're going to hug the left thigh into the chest and start to slowly tip back to a lying position. So take your time. Your right ankle starts to hover off of the mat and we'll slowly tip back. Nice. I'm going to scoot up just a little bit here. So again, you got to create some compression by squeezing that left thigh into your chest. Your right ankle is still lifted off the ground. Take one big breath in here. We're gonna do our leg switches again. This time we're gonna extend that left foot up towards the ceiling. Reach those fingertips up towards the front of your space. Nice, it's okay if your leg is here. It's okay if your leg is slightly bent. And it's okay if you wanna repeat what we did on the first side. I'm gonna extend my leg as much as I can. Take a big inhale. As you exhale, we'll switch. Inhale, switch. Nice, keep lifting those shoulder blades off of the mat. Keep breathing. If my breath, my flow is a little too quick or a little too slow for you, find a rhythm and a pace that works for your body, your heart. Nice. You got it, keep going. Just 2 more. Last one here. Beautiful. Hug both knees into your chest. Give yourself a big giant hug. If it feels good, you can rock from side to side on your low back. Close your eyes, soften your gaze. Shift your attention inward. And from here, we'll take happy baby. So you're gonna grab the outer blades of your feet. Press your knees down towards the sides. You can stay perfectly still. You can rock from side to side. If it feels good, you can extend one leg. You can extend the other leg. Just let your body stretch a little bit. And again, we'll hug our knees into our chest. Give ourselves a big giant squeeze here. We're gonna rock and roll, so I like to grab the back of my thighs to create a little momentum as I rock and roll up to a seated position. The rock and roll is really nice because it allows you to feel your whole spine on the mat. Gives you to kind of a self-massage down the back of your spine muscles. We're gonna place our hands right in front of our shins, roll over your toes, and find your tabletop position. So for tabletop, your hands are stacked right under your shoulders, your knees are stacked right under your hips. What we wanna do is create a long spine here, so extend the crown of your head forward and your tailbone back towards the back of your space. See if you can ignite your core muscles. So what we wanna do is kind of hug them in tight, like you were wearing a corset. On your next inhale, we're gonna drop our belly, lift our gaze, lift your heart for cow pose. As you exhale, press the mat away with your hands, lift your back up towards the ceiling, tuck your chin to your chest. Inhale, lengthen for cow. Exhale, extend for cat. Nice. Inhale. Exhale. If you know what you're doing and you feel confident, option here to take some organic movements. Maybe that is some barrel rolls, some shoulder dips. You can rock your hips all the way forward if that feels good, taking big hip circles as well. So listen to your body, listen to your heart. What do you need in this moment to feel warmed up and ready for practice? Take 3 more deep breaths here, moving in a way that feels good. After your 3rd breath, we'll find neutral tabletop. So again, extending the crown of the head forward, hugging in your low belly and pressing your tailbone towards the back of the room. We're gonna tuck our toes from this position, lift your knees just an inch or 2 off the mat. Feel your core light up. We're gonna really press the earth away with our hands. Index fingers pointed forward, the eyes of your elbows roll forward towards the top of the room. As you inhale, we're gonna extend our tailbone up towards the ceiling, downward facing dog. Bend your right knee, bend your left knee. Let's pedal out your dog, finding some length and space through the sides of your body, through the back of your body. Beautiful. We'll all meet in a forward fold. Option to walk your toes or step your toes all the way to the top of your mat. Feet are about hips width distance apart. Let your head be heavy. You can interlace your hands at your elbow creases and roll from side to side. If it feels good, you can shake your head yes and no. Allow your upper body to be heavy here, your legs to be strong. There's a softness and a strength to each yoga pose that we do. So in this one, particularly, the top of our body is really soft, really flexible. And the bottom of our body is strong, firm. Our next inhale, we'll find a halfway lift. So release your hands. As you inhale, lengthen the crown of your head forward, just like in tabletop position. I like to place my hands on my upper thighs, roll your shoulder blades down your back, lengthen the crown of your head forward, your tailbone straight back. So you're in a flat back position. As you exhale, we're gonna place those hands down on the floor. Heel toe your big toes together to touch. Heels are about an inch or 2 apart. As you inhale, we're gonna roll all the way up to a standing position. Your head comes up last. Nice. So you inhale, we'll reach those shoulders up towards your ears. Exhale, press them back down towards the floor. Again, inhale, shoulders to ears. Exhale, roll them back down. Nice, so we're standing in Tadasana or mountain pose. We're gonna reach your fingertips down towards the earth. If it feels good, you can lift and spread your toes. Lengthen the crown of your head up towards the ceiling. Breathe in and breathe out. So we'll start some gentle movement with our sun salutation A. As you inhale, reach those arms out to the side, up overhead. Pinky fingers face forward. Again, roll those shoulders down your back. Take one big inhale here. As you exhale, palms together to touch and draw those prayer hands down to your heart. Hold and breathe for just a moment. If it feels good and safe, you can close your eyes or soften your gaze. Create an intention for class today. It can be whatever you want it to be. I'll offer, of course, the intention of moving and breathing from your heart space. Paying less attention to all that chatter in your brain and really focusing on your inner self, your higher power. Take one more big inhale here. And exhale, let that go. Inhale, reach those arms out to the side, up overhead. As you exhale, we'll fold forward, straight spine as you go. Inhale, halfway lift, lengthen. Exhale, plant your hands, you step back to high plank. We'll lower all the way down to our bellies for these first couple sun salutations. So slow and steady, start to lower yourself down to your belly. Untuck your toes for Cobra, Bhujangasana. Inhale, lift that heart. Use your back muscles here. Less use of your hands, more in the strength of your back. As you exhale, we'll slowly lower down however you want to get there. We're going to find ourselves in downward facing dog. You might move through table. You might move through plank. As you exhale, we'll find downward facing dog. A little bit different here. We're going to inhale, step that right foot to the outside of your right hand. Step the left foot to the outside of your left hand. You're in a low squat. Reach those fingers towards the space in front of you. So oftentimes in this squat position, we're either a little bit lower, like in Malasana, or a little bit higher. So we want to find a spot that you're doing work, that your legs are ignited. So kind of right in the middle for me. It might be different for your body. So you inhale, reach those arms up and overhead. As you exhale, we'll fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift, so your feet are wide in this one. Exhale, plant those hands, step your foot back and your left foot back. We're gonna lower all the way down to our belly, slow and steady. Nice. Inhale, untuck your toes, find your Cobra pose. Exhale, you lower down. However you wanna get there, we'll find our way to downward facing dog. As you inhale, your left foot will step forward to the outside of your left hand. Right foot steps to the outside of your right hand. Inhale, you come up to your active squat. Hold and breathe for just a moment. Bring you all the way up to mountain pose. Maybe you take a little back bend here. Exhale, you fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant your hands, you step back to high plank. Option here to take chaturanga. If you want to stick with Cobra pose, please feel free to do so. Bend your elbows just 90 degrees for chaturanga. Hug your low belly in. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Beautiful. Inhale, look forward. As you exhale, right foot steps to the outside of the right hand. Left foot steps to the outside of the left hand. Inhale, find your active squat. Exhale here. As you inhale, reach those arms out to the side, up overhead. Maybe you take a baby back bend here. Exhale, you fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant those hands, you step back to high plank. Lower down through chaturanga or Cobra. Inhale for upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Last time through here, this time your left foot steps to the outside of your left hand. Right foot steps to the outside of your right hand. Inhale, you come up to your squat. Exhale here. Inhale, you reach those arms out to the side, up overhead, and exhale, fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant your hands, you step back to high plank. Lower down through chaturanga, upward facing dog, and downward facing dog. Beautiful. Breathe in, breathe out. We'll come down to our knees. Sit your hips back onto your heels. Place your hands on your thighs, palms up or palms down, whatever serves you today. Close your eyes, soften your gaze. Take a moment to just recall your intention. What brought you to class today? What did you wake up for this morning? Go ahead and blink your eyes open. And we'll continue to move through our yoga practice. Take a big inhale, place your hands on your knees, lift your heart, arch your spine. Just a few seated cats and cows. Exhale, round your spine towards the back of your space. Tuck your chin into your chest. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, you round. One more round. Inhale, find your cat, or cow posture rather. Exhale, cat, round your spine. In your next inhale, we'll walk our hands forward to find our tabletop position. Tuck your toes, lift your knees just an inch or two off of the mat. Take a big breath in here. A big breath out. Inhale. And as you exhale, we'll find our downward facing dog. Beautiful, you guys. Inhale, your right leg lifts. 3-point pose. Square your hips down to the mat. Square your shoulders down to the mat. Extend through the lifted heel. Take a big inhale here. As you exhale, we're going to hug your knee into your chest. Gently, gracefully step all the way through. Low lunge. Beautiful. Ground down through your feet. Press firmly into the mat. As you inhale, we're going to peel our arms up and overhead. Actually, let's do something a little different. Bear with me here. We'll get it. I'm going to place both hands down on the mat. First, I'm going to come to a warrior 3. So option here to take your blocks and use them as stability and support in your warrior 3. So in warrior 3, your hips are squared to the mat. You're kind of thinking as if you had a window pane above you, or a pane of glass, kind of keeping your back flat, your hips flat, your leg extended. We don't want to arch. We don't want to round. I'm going to see if we can kind of get really long here. So like I said, options to use your blocks. You can bring your hands to heart center. You can bring your hands behind you, or reach your arms up overhead if you want to create some. This is probably the hardest position. So I'm going to bring my hands to heart center, somewhere in the middle of the road. Take a big inhale here. As you exhale, we're going to bend that right knee. Come into a squat. Inhale, extend. Exhale, bend that right knee, come into a squat. Nice. Inhale, extend. Last time here, slow and steady. We're going to step that left foot all the way to the back of your mat. Now we'll find our crescent lunge. Inhale, reach those arms up and overhead. Beautiful. Inhale here. As you exhale, we're going to find our prayer hands overhead, and then bring the thumbs to the nape of the neck. Your elbows point straight up towards the ceiling. As you inhale, maybe you find a little back bend. Beautiful. Reach those arms up and overhead. As you exhale, we're going to reach the arms out forward towards the front of the room. And then pull the right hand across the chest, creating an open arm twist towards the right. Option to gaze back at your right fingers. You can gaze forward or straight ahead. Notice what feels good on your neck. Inhale, come back to center. As you exhale, we'll find warrior 2. Beautiful. Right knee is bent, reaching in equal and opposite directions. Take a big inhale as you find your reversed warrior. So flip your right palm, reach it towards the back of your space, extend across your side body. See if you can create space between your ribs. Inhale here. Nice. As you exhale, we're going to come back to warrior 2. Inhale, find an eagle wrap. So left arm wraps underneath your right. Heels in, toes out. We're going to reach our arms up towards the ceiling. Find a baby back bend. As you exhale, we'll find our goddess or horse pose. Keep that eagle wrap. Just breathe. Nice. Inhale one more time. Reach those arms up and overhead. Star pose. Exhale for warrior 2. Rebend that front knee. As you inhale, we'll find Skandasana to the back of your mat. This time your left leg bends. Reach those arms out to the side. Right toes point up towards the ceiling. So again, you can be in a very low squat here, just like we did in our Sun Salutation A's. It's not a lot of work. Going to be in a very high squat. You want to find that sweet spot where you're feeling a little bit of challenge. We'll take one more big inhale here. As you exhale, we're going to walk those hands towards the front of your mat. Find your low lunge. Send your right foot to meet your left foot, high plank. Lower down through chaturanga. Upward facing dog. And downward facing dog. Beautiful. Inhale, left leg lifts. Exhale, step it through slow and gracefully to the top of your mat. Low lunge. Get really grounded in that front left foot. We're gonna find our warrior three. Option to use blocks here as you start to lift that right foot off of the mat. Lengthen through the crown of your head. Square those hips down to the earth. If it feels good, once you have your balance, you can bring your hands to heart center, fly your hands towards the back of your space. Reach forward if that's calling for you today. Take a big inhale. As you exhale, we're gonna bend that left knee. Find a warrior three squat. Inhale, extend. Exhale, you bend. Inhale, extend. Slow and steady, we're gonna step all the way to the back of our mat. Nice. Inhale, reach those arms up and overhead. Find your prayer hands, bend your elbows, bring your thumbs to the nape of your neck. Maybe that helps you lift your heart. Inhale brings you back to center. Reach forward towards the front of the room. And as you exhale, we're gonna draw that left hand across your chest, open up towards the back of the room. You're in a wide arm twist. Maybe you gaze back towards your left fingertips. Inhale brings you back to center. We're gonna open up to warrior two. Left knee bends this time. Settle into your pose. Hug your low belly in. Breathe. Inhale, reverse your warrior. Nice. As you exhale, we're gonna find that eagle wrap. Right arm wraps underneath left arm. Heels and toes out. Face towards the long edge of your mat. And then sit into your horse pose. If it feels good, maybe you lift your arms, maybe you round your spine. It doesn't have to be a static movement. Inhale, reach those arms up and overhead, star pose. Rebend your left knee, warrior two to the front of your space. Skandasana to the back of your mat. As you exhale, we're gonna crawl forward, low lunge. Left foot meets your right foot. Shift your weight forward, chaturanga, upward facing dog, and downward facing dog. Beautiful. We're gonna go through that series. Take a few breaths here in downward facing dog. We're gonna go through that series a few more times. Well, one more time on each side at least. A little bit quicker. One breath to one movement. So take care of your body. If you need to slow down or speed up or skip something, please feel free to do so. Nice. So you're in downward facing dog. Lift your right leg high. 3-point pose. As you exhale, step that foot between your hands, low lunge. Inhale for warrior three. Exhale, bend your right knee. Inhale, extend. Exhale, you bend. Nice. Inhale, extend. Slow and gracefully, you're gonna step that left foot to the back of your mat. Inhale, arms up and overhead. As you exhale, bring those prayer hands behind the nape of your neck. Lift your elbows. Inhale, re-extend your arms. As you exhale, we'll find that twist. Reach your right arm towards the back of your space. Nice. Inhale, unwind to warrior two. Beautiful. Reverse your warrior. Eagle wrap your arms, left arm underneath right. Heels and toes out, lift your heart. As you exhale, we'll sit into that horse pose. One breath here. Inhale, reach those arms up and overhead. Exhale, warrior two to the front of your space. Inhale for Skandasana. Exhale, crawl your hands to the front of your mat. Low lunge. High plank pose. As you exhale, chaturanga. As you inhale, upward facing dog. As you exhale, downward facing dog. Nice. Inhale, left leg lifts. Exhale, step forward. Low lunge. Inhale for warrior three. Supported or unsupported, up to you. Exhale, bend your left knee. Inhale, extend. Nice. Exhale, bend. Inhale, extend. As you exhale, slow and gracefully, step that right foot to the back of your mat. Inhale, crescent lunge. As you exhale, find your back bend, elbows lift up towards the ceiling. Inhale, extend your hands. As you exhale, we'll find that open arm twist, runway. Left arm back, right arm forward. Nice. One breath in here. As you exhale, we'll find our warrior two. Cartwheel your hands open to the side. Inhale, reverse your warrior. Nice. As you exhale, we'll find that eagle wrap. Inhale, heels in, toes out. Exhale, you sit deeply into your horse pose. One breath in, reach up, star pose. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale to Skandasana. As you exhale, you walk to the front of your mat. Step your left foot to meet your right, high plank. Lower down through Chaturanga. Upward facing dog and downward facing dog. Beautiful, breathe in, breathe out. Out of your head and into your heart. Out of your ego and into your body, your capability, what you need today. Again, inhale, right leg lifts. Exhale, step that foot between your hands, low lunge. Inhale for warrior three. Exhale, bend that right knee. Inhale, extend. Exhale, you bend. Inhale, extend. Exhale, you slowly, gracefully step that foot back. Inhale, arms up and overhead. Bring those palms together to touch, elbows out, lift your heart. Inhale, crescent. As you exhale, we'll find that crescent twist. Right arm back, left arm forward. Look towards the back of your space. Inhale, windmill your arm open to warrior two. Reverse your warrior. Nice, this time make a small change here. We're gonna take a, I'll get the word, a balancing half moon. So I like to put my left hand on my hip, gaze forward to the front of my space. I also like to use a block here, and I'll show you why in just a minute. I'm gonna launch forward, grab my block, lift that back leg off of the mat. So your back leg is more or less parallel to the earth. Start to peel your left arm up and off your hip. You can look up or down, totally up to you. So your choice here is you cannot use a block. What happens when I don't use a block is I start to collapse in this right side. So I'll show you here how far away the floor is and what that does to my torso. So I either like to take a full balance, a little wobbly today, or use a block. Now the block just helps to kind of create length on both sides of our body. Unless you have really, really long arms, I highly suggest using a block. Take one more big breath in here. As you exhale, we'll find our warrior two. Find your eagle wrap, this time right arm under left. Lengthen up towards the ceiling. As you exhale, we'll take a wide-legged forward fold this time. So toes point to the long edge of your mat. Bring your eagle arms a little bit closer to the earth. Let your arms kind of pull your torso down. Use your strong core muscles. Lift yourself up with your eagle arms. You got it. As you exhale, we'll unwind, find your warrior two. Inhale for Skandasana towards the back of your space. And then walk your hands to frame your front foot. Step your right foot back to meet your left. High plank. Lower down through Chaturanga. Upward facing dog. And downward facing dog. Nice. Inhale, lift that left leg high. As you exhale, we're gonna step that left foot to the top of your space. Warrior three. Blocks or no blocks, up to you. Extend that right foot back towards the back of your space. Take one big inhale. As you exhale, we're gonna bend that left knee. Inhale, extend. Exhale, you bend. Inhale, extend. As you exhale, we're gonna step that right foot to the back of your mat. Crescent lunge, reach those arms up and overhead. Palms meet at the top, elbows point up towards the ceiling, breathe in. As you exhale, you're gonna reach those arms forward, find your twist. Pull your left hand across your chest, reach towards the back of your space. Nice. On your inhale, we'll unwind, warrior two. Reverse your warrior. We'll find our balancing half moon. So right hand on your hip this time, reach down for your block. And heel toe your back foot forward as you launch forward. Square your hips to the side of your space. Maybe you lift that right hand up towards the ceiling. Rebend your arm, Rebend your left knee, step all the way back, warrior two. This time, left arm underneath your right for your eagle arms. Heels in, toes out, reach your arms up towards the ceiling, then straighten your toes towards the long edge of your mat as you find your wide-legged forward fold. Allow your head to be heavy. Allow the weight of your arms to kind of pull your torso forward. Your legs are strong. Your body is soft. This beautiful balance between softness and strength. Your next inhale will come all the way up. Use your strong core muscles. Keep those eagle arms. And as you exhale, we'll find our warrior two. Inhale to Skandasana, the back of your mat. As you exhale, hands from your front foot. Low lunge. Step back to high plank. Lower down through Chaturanga. Upward facing dog. And downward facing dog. Nice. Breathe in. Breathe out. Gonna come down to our knees, untuck your toes. Again, sit your hips back onto your heels. Place your hands on your thighs. And just take a moment to breathe. Breathe in, breathe out. Notice the rhythm of your heart, the rhythm of your breath. If it feels good, you can close your eyes, soften your gaze, and breathe. A lot of times when we stop moving, our brain goes a million miles an hour. So can you quiet that just a little bit and drop down to your heart space? And just notice, just be present. Allow yourself to feel what's coming up for you without judgment. Just awareness. Take one more big breath in here. So you exhale, we're gonna find our tabletop position once again. Tuck your toes, lift your knees just an inch or two off the mat. Let that core light up. Use that strong core muscles as you send your hips up and back for downward facing dog. Nice. Inhale, 3-point pose, right leg lifts. As you exhale, we're gonna step that foot in between your hands, a low lunge. We've been here before, you know where we're going. Ground down through your right foot. A small change here. We're gonna lift up to warrior three for just a brief moment. We're gonna bend your right knee, or left knee rather. Come up to a standing figure, standing mountain. So your thigh is parallel to the earth. We're gonna cross our left ankle on top of your right thigh and sit low into a standing figure four pose. Beautiful. Maybe you close your eyes, soften your gaze if you have your balance, and just stretch here. Inhale brings you back up to your mountain pose. Hands on your hips to start. I'm gonna grab my left toes with my peace sign finger, create a little yogi toe lock here. An option to stay right here. If this feels good to you, you got your balance. Otherwise, maybe you extend that left foot towards the front of your space. Plug your hip back into its socket. Take one big inhale here. As you exhale, we'll slowly drop that left foot down to the mat. Extend your feet out wide as your mat, and then slowly drop down into a yogi squat. Take a big breath in and a big breath out. If this is not the most comfortable position for you, your body is kind of screaming at you, you can always sit up on a block, create some space and some support. Take one big breath here. Nice. We're going to inhale up to that active squat that we did at the beginning of class. So from yogi squat, we'll come up to your active squat. Inhale and exhale. Inhale, reach those arms out, around, up overhead. Gaze at your palms at the top. As you exhale, you fold forward. Nice. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant those hands. You step back with your right foot. Back with your left foot, high plank. Lower down through chaturanga. Upward facing dog. And downward facing dog. Inhale, left leg lifts. As you exhale, you step that left foot between your hands, low lunge. Ground down through your left foot as you lift your right foot off the mat for warrior three. We'll be here for just a second. As you inhale, we'll start to stand up to one-legged mountain. Your right thigh is parallel to the earth. Flex your right toes up towards the ceiling. Beautiful. Get your balance. Find your gaze, your focus point. Start to bend your right knee out to the side. Place your right shin on top of your left thigh. Sit low into your chair. Inhale brings you back to standing. Again, we'll start with our hands on our hips. I'm gonna take my peace sign fingers, hook them around my right toes. You can stay right here. This is a great place to practice balance, core strengthening. If you feel ready, you can extend that right foot towards the front of your space. One big breath in, big breath out. And your next exhale will start to lower that right foot down to the side of your mat. Step your left foot out to the side of your mat. Sit low into your yogi squat. And this one, we'll take our right hand, place it on the outside of our right mat. Lift that left arm up towards the ceiling. Just take a big twist here. Expand across your chest, expand across your heart. Bring your hands back to center. Extend that left hand out towards the side. Reach that right arm up towards the ceiling. Breathe in. Exhale, both hands down to the mat. We'll find our active squat. Lift up into almost a chair pose with your legs out wide. Reach your fingers towards the front of the room. On your next inhale, arms reach out to the side, up overhead. Gaze at your palms at the top. Exhale, you fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant your hands. You step back with your right foot, back with your left foot. Last chaturanga of class. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale for downward facing dog. Nice, you guys. Inhale, lift that right leg high. As you exhale, we're going to find pigeon pose. So we're going to bring that right knee behind your right wrist. Your front shin is more or less parallel to your mat. As you inhale, we'll extend the crown of your head up towards the ceiling. As you exhale, we'll fold over your front shin. Start to slow down. Breathe into your stretch. We've done a lot of hip openers today. So if it feels good, you can walk your head all the way down to the mat. Otherwise, kind of prop yourself up. On your next inhale, we'll start to walk those hands back towards your thigh, or shin rather. Sit up really tall. We're gonna shift our hips over to the right, swing that left leg all the way around. You're gonna place the sole of your left foot on the outside edge of your right knee. Nice, so you're in kind of a crisscrossy position here. It's like this. So the sole of your foot is on the mat, right knee points forward. I'm gonna come back this way. I'm gonna place my left hand behind me as a kickstand. Reach your right arm forward, up, and then hook your elbow on the outside. I'm doing this backwards. Sorry, left hand is a kickstand. Bear with me, it's early here. Inhale, right arm up. We're gonna hook our right elbow on the outside of our left knee. And from here, use that as leverage to twist. Slowly unwind your twist. We're gonna take our left foot, place it on the inside of our right shin this time. Pull your right knee out to the side, extend that left leg long. We're in that seated position again with our right sole of our foot on the inner thigh. Take a big inhale, reach those arms up and overhead. As you exhale, we're gonna fold towards our straight left leg. Again, option here, walking your hands forward. You're not going for a toe hold. What we're going for is a long, straight spine. So it may mean you need to back out of it just a little bit. Nice. We'll start to inhale. Walk yourself back up to a seated position. I'm going to place both soles of my feet. Actually, let's see. I'm going to just rebend my right foot and swing my left leg all the way around for a pigeon pose on the other side. So this time your left shin is forward. Extend through the crown of your head. Reach up. Once you have all the length that you can find, as you exhale, we're going to start to walk our hands forward to the front of our space. Find your sleeping pigeon. In my experience, living in my head makes me a little reactive. When I drop down to my heart space, I have time to pause and think about what's truly important to me, how I want to show up. So it takes an intentional effort to live from the heart, but it also helps for you to be more present and more aware. So when big things come up, just take a moment, take a breath, consider the thoughts in your head, but then drop down to your heart and allow that to be your ultimate guide. Your next inhale, we'll start to walk back up to a tall pigeon. As you exhale, we're going to shift our hips over to the left, swing that right foot all the way around, place the sole of your right foot on the outside edge of your left knee. Nice. This time we're going to use our right hand as a kickstand. Reach your left arm up and then hook your elbow towards the outside of your right knee. And you twist. Let your heart guide you as you twist. Maybe you gaze towards the back of your space. And we'll slowly unwind. Nice. We're going to grab a hold of our right shin, place it on the outside of or inside of our right knee, our left knee. Extend your right foot forward. Left sole of your foot is on the inside of your right thigh. Inhale, reach those arms up and overhead, and as you exhale, we'll fold forward. Pull your heart forward and breathe. Take one more big inhale here. One more big exhale. And start to walk your hands up towards your hips. Grab your feet to place them on your mat. Knees point out. We're going to take a slow, steady roll down to the mat. Reach your arms forward. Last time here to activate your core muscles. You slowly lower yourself down to your mat. Nice. So preparing for bridge posture here, we're going to snuggle those heels a little closer to your glutes so that your fingertips touch the back of your heels. Your feet are hips width distance apart. As you inhale, we're going to start to peel your hips off of the mat. And as you exhale, we'll slowly lower back down. One more time, inhale here, lift those hips off the mat. This time at the top of your inhale, when you filled up to capacity, hold and breathe. If it's part of your practice, you can snuggle your shoulder blades underneath your heart, interlace your fingers and press your knuckles into your mat. Take notice here, if your knees have started to slide apart, use those strong inner thigh muscles to pull them back together. And release your grip. We'll slowly lower ourselves back down to your mat. Hug your knees into your chest. Give yourself a big, giant hug. Take one big inhale here. One big exhale. We'll find happy baby pose one last time here. Grab the outer blades of your feet. Pull your knees down by your sides. Maybe you rock from side to side. You know, hug your knees into your chest one more time. Take the biggest inhale you've taken of class. Fill all the way up. And as you exhale, we'll find Shavasana. Extend your legs long onto your mat. Heels in, toes out, palms face up by your side. Take any movement here you need to be perfectly comfortable, even if that means coming to a seated position. So adjust yourself. Let your breath be natural. The weight of your body be heavy. Release all the tension in your eyebrows, your cheeks, your forehead. Maybe you release the tongue from the top of your mouth. Let your shoulders be heavy. Your arms be supported by the earth. Your heart is resting. Your breath is natural. So your belly gently rises and falls with your breath. Your hips are firmly settled onto the mat, supported by the earth. And allow your legs to feel heavy and rested. I will guide you out of Shavasana when it's time. Until then, stay here and rest. I will come to a seated position. You stay in Shavasana. If you have more time to stay in Shavasana, please do so. It's a gift. Otherwise, start to bring attention back to your breath. Wiggling fingers and toes. And on your next inhale, we'll extend the arms out and up overhead. Reach your toes towards the front of your space. Just a big full body stretch. As you exhale, hug your knees into your chest, rock onto your favorite side of your body for fetal position. And take a moment to pause here. Just notice how you feel, how your heart feels. As always, I encourage you to take whatever you gained here on your mat today out into the world, out into your life. Yoga is more than just a practice on your mat. It's helpful in other spaces of your life. When you're ready, you'll press yourself up to a seated position facing the front of your space. Lengthen through the crown of your head. Sit up tall. Lift your heart. On your next inhale, we'll reach those arms out to the side, up overhead. Your palms meet at the top. And then we'll bring those prayer hands down to your heart center. Pause here. Remember your intention. We'll draw those prayer hands up to your third eye, just that space right between your eyebrows. The light, the love, the teacher and the student in me sees and bows to the light, the love, the teacher and the student in each of you. We'll bow forward. Namaste. Thank you guys so much for practicing with me today. It's an honor to move and breathe with you all, and to know that hopefully something in class today landed with you in a way that is powerful and helpful. Again, my name is Reagan Eggers. I'm working on my 300-hour teacher training, and this is part of my Karma Yoga series. I can't wait to see you again on your mat at our next class.